I won the Futurity in 1986 on a horse called Royal Silver King. What I remember most about that night is my dad. To Dad, it was, he tried so hard and come down here so many times from Arkansas against all the Texans and doing all that, and I think it was the pride that he had of being in the corner helping me, and he walked that third cow out, and I think just Dad is what I remember as much as anything, is how proud he was, and the confirmation for him in the cutting horse world. I think that was my most special moment of the night, was my dad. Oh, favorite thing about him is he was super cowy. He was, you know, being Royal King bred and stuff, he was real cowy and what have you, but he was a little sticky on a cow and a little hard to get to do anything as far as moving on a cow, but the cowiness would have been my favorite thing about him. Some friends brought him to me. Fred Gillespie had worked on him and those stuff like that, and they brought him to me in the spring. And as far as being special, I don't know that I ever knew he was real special. It was just that he was better showing than he was training, and the cowiness and the pressure, he got better. I think winning the Futurity, the special part of that is that it's more of a confirmation that you have accomplished that goal that is so hard to do, and there's been so many great trainers and great riders that have never ever accomplished that goal, and I think that's what makes it so special and also so hard, is for everything to fit just that night. It takes a lot of luck to go along with things. The first thing I bought with my share of the winnings, and that's a funny story, after winning the go-rounds and having the high score from the go-rounds, Debbie and I were walking through the exhibit hall, and she liked this fur coat over here, and I go sort of jokingly, hey, if I win the Futurity, I'll buy you that fur coat. So guess what the first thing I had to buy was Debbie's fur coat. The toughest thing about showing in Will Rogers is handling the pressure. Pressure is what gets to so many people in the moment. You're in the moment and you have to make decisions so quick, and instantaneous decisions make the difference in winning and losing. And I think winning in Will Rogers is really a testament to people that can handle the pressure and make decisions under pressure. That's what separates everybody, in my opinion. How did it change my life? I don't know that it really changed my life, Mark. I think that what it did more than anything was, like I said, for my dad, it gave me the gratification that I had accomplished something for my dad. And I think that maybe is how it changed my life more than anything, was for him and his sake and stuff like that. My favorite run at Will Rogers would have been, from a dad's perspective, seeing Bo and Wesley win the Futurity. That's like the greatest thing that possibly a father can experience. And so from that aspect of it, their two runs in the proud dad mode is quite the thing for a person to see. The Futurity's changed over the years in that the quality of the horses and the training, it's come so far since back in those days and stuff like that. Back then, you know, you had the horses that were jumping around and everybody jumped sideways and tried to cow up as much as you possibly could, and that's what won. And then things have changed and we've added more degree of difficulty to it, and the horses running and stopping and having to cow. So it's advanced so far. There's so many great young trainers and great trainers nowadays, and the breeding programs, we didn't have the breeding programs then that we have now, and so now you've got an accumulation of all the great mares being bred to the great studs, and it's awesome to see how everything's come and how it's advanced. For me and our family, the Futurity and the cutting has been such a blessing. For my dad, starting out in the 58 and 59, we got videos of him on Sunday afternoons with some cows and some friends coming up and them trying to cut, and to come from that, and then for me to win the Futurity, and then to see my sons win the Futurity, and then my daughter's husband Lloyd Cox win the Futurity, and for it to be such a family thing, it is such a blessing, and it's something that very few families ever get to experience, all that. And just the pride of my dad of seeing and still being alive to see all that and stuff, it's just so special.